Welcome back to Decades of Rock. The year 1977. Disco was peaking, punk was exploding, and pop radio was absolutely stacked with unforgettable hits. But while everyone remembers the Bee Gees and Fleetwood Mac, there were dozens of artists who had one magical moment in the spotlight and then vanished. Today, we're counting down 10 one-hit wonders from 1977 that time forgot. But we never will. Let's dive in. Kicking it off at number 10, we have Walter Egan's Magnet and Steel. This smooth rock gem peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100, and honestly, it's shocking Egan didn't have a longer career. The song features backing vocals from Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac, giving it that California sound that defined the late 70s. The production is pristine, the melody is infectious, and Egan's voice has this laid-back confidence. But after Magnet and Steel, Walter Egan never cracked the top 40 again. He continued making music, but radio moved on. Still, this track remains a staple of classic rock stations. At number 9, it's Raydio with Jack and Jill. Now, you might know Ray Parker Jr. from Ghostbusters, but before that iconic 80s hit, he fronted this funk band. Jack and Jill climbed to number 8 and showcased Parker's incredible guitar work and smooth vocal delivery. This is pure late 70s R&B funk, tight rhythm section, horn stabs, and that irresistible groove. The lyrics tell a simple story of attraction, but it's the production that makes it memorable. Raydio had a few more moderate hits, but nothing matched the success of Jack and Jill. The band dissolved by 1981, and Parker went on to a solo career. But this track, it's a time capsule of disco funk perfection that still fills dance floors. Number 8 brings us Stephen Bishop's On and On. This soft rock ballad peaked at number 11 and became a staple of adult contemporary radio. Bishop was a brilliant songwriter who wrote for others, but this was his moment. The song has this gentle, introspective quality. Bishop's voice is warm and conversational, like he's singing directly to you. The lyrics about a complicated relationship resonated with millions. Art Garfunkel actually recorded it first, but Bishop's version is the definitive one. She just keeps on trying, and she smiles when she feels like crying. Bishop continued writing hits for movies and other artists throughout the 80s and 90s, but never had another charting single of his own. On and On remains his legacy as a performer. Number 7 is The Emotions with Best of My Love. This disco soul masterpiece hit number 1 for 5 weeks and won a Grammy. So why is it a one-hit wonder? Because despite their talent, The Emotions never cracked the top 40 again. Produced by Maurice White of Earth, Wind & Fire, this track is immaculate. The harmonies are angelic, the groove is irresistible, and those strings? It's the sound of disco at its most sophisticated. Not cheesy, just pure joy. The Emotions had hits on the R&B charts afterward, but pop radio moved on. It's criminal they're not better remembered, because Best of My Love is an absolute classic that defined the summer of 1977. At number 6, we have Alan O'Day's Undercover Angel. This quirky pop rock tune hit number 1 in June 1977 and sounds like nothing else on this list. O'Day wrote and produced it himself, and it's delightfully weird. The lyrics describe a dreamlike romantic encounter that may or may not be real. O'Day's earnest delivery makes you believe every word. The production has this handmade quality, lots of overdubs, backing vocals, and an infectious energy. O'Day was primarily a songwriter who penned hits for others, including Angie Baby for Helen Reddy. Undercover Angel was his only moment as a chart-topping artist, but what a moment it was. Quirky, catchy, and completely charming. At number 5, it's Firefall with You Are the Woman. This country-tinged soft rock ballad peaked at number 9 and showcased the band's tight harmonies and melodic sensibility. Firefall was a supergroup of sorts, featuring former members of the Flying Burrito Brothers and Spirit. You Are the Woman has this warm, intimate feel. It's a love song that doesn't oversell itself. Rick Roberts' vocal is understated and genuine. The band had a few more moderate hits, but none approached this level of success. They're often overlooked in discussions of 70s soft rock, which is a shame. This song deserves to be mentioned alongside similar hits by America and the Eagles. Number 4 is Andy Gibb with I Just Want to Be Your Everything. Now Andy had a few hits, but he's still considered a one-era wonder who burned bright and fast. This was his debut single, and it went straight to number 1. The youngest Gibb brother had teen idol looks and family connections. His brothers Barry, Robin, and Maurice wrote and produced this track. It's pure Bee Gees-style disco pop with Andy's falsetto soaring over that propulsive groove. Andy had 3 more number 1s, but by 1980, his career was over due to personal struggles. Tragically, he died in 1988 at just 30. I Just Want to Be Your Everything remains a snapshot of disco's peak and a talented artist who should have had so much more time.
Open up the heaven in your heart and let me be your everything.
At number 3, we have Thelma Houston's Don't Leave Me This Way. This disco anthem hit number 1 in April 1977 and is one of the most powerful vocal performances of the decade. Houston's voice is absolutely massive here. Originally recorded by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Houston's version transforms it into a desperate, pleading disco epic. That building intensity, the gospel-infused vocals, the orchestration, it's perfection. She won a Grammy for Best R&B Female Vocal Performance. Despite this massive hit and continued success on R&B charts, Houston never had another pop crossover. She deserved superstardom, but the song itself became bigger than the artist in mainstream consciousness. Still, what a legacy to have. At number 2 is Debby Boone with You Light Up My Life. This ballad spent 10 weeks at number 1 and became the biggest hit of 1977. Yes, it's been parodied and overplayed, but let's remember why it connected.
Waiting for someone.
Written by Joe Brooks for a movie of the same name, the song is pure emotion, a message of hope, love, and inspiration. Boone's vocal is sincere and powerful. At a time when disco dominated, this wholesome ballad offered something different. Debby Boone, daughter of Pat Boone, never matched this success on pop charts, though she found success in Christian music. You Light Up My Life won the Grammy for Best New Artist and Song of the Year. Love it or hate it, this song defined 1977.
You light up my day. It feels so right.
And our number 1 forgotten one-hit wonder from 1977 is Heatwave with Boogie Nights. This disco-funk masterpiece peaked at number 2 and absolutely should have made them superstars. That keyboard riff is instantly recognizable. Written by Rod Temperton, who later wrote for Michael Jackson, Boogie Nights is pure energy. Layers of synths, a rock-solid groove, and Johnny Wilder's commanding vocal. It's the sound of Studio 54. Heatwave had one more hit with Always and Forever, but they're criminally underrated. Tragedy struck when Wilder was left partially paralyzed after an attack, and Temperton left for a solo career. Boogie Nights lives on as one of disco's greatest achievements. And there you have it, 10 incredible one-hit wonders from 1977 that deserved so much more. Each of these artists gave us something special, even if just for one shining moment. Which one is your favorite? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more musical deep dives. Until next time, keep the music alive.